All right, Camden Fairview Cardinal baseball. We're coming to you from Hope this afternoon. Camden Fairview Cardinals facing the Hope Bobcats. Elijah Scantling leading it off. First strike, or first ball in for a strike to Scantling. And that pitch in for a strike as well. And Elijah in the hole 0-2 here. Strikes the count on Elijah Scantling. And Elijah swings through that one for out number one. And Jack Jeffers to the plate for the Cardinals. Sam Johnson on the mound for the Hope Bobcats. Trey Hoagland behind the plate. Jack Jefferson, the number 2 hole tonight. And that pitch inside. That one finds the outside edge of the plate, and the count to Jack Jeffers, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one outside. Two balls and a strike on Jack Jeffers, 1 away here in the top of the first. And Jeffers checks his swing, pops that one back out of play, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Jeffers hits that one into left field, and that's going to fall. That one falls in front of the left fielder, Donnie Reeves. Looks like he might have been fighting the sun a little bit on that one, but Jack Jeffers on board with a single. And Mariuzzi to the plate for the Cardinals. 1 away, 1 aboard for the Cardinals here. Here's the pitch, and that one catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike on Utzi. And that one's going to be outside. Throw over to first. Jeffers back to the bag. Johnson comes set. Here's the delivery. And hit foul over down the first base side of the field. And that one outside. 2-2 count on Mariuzzi. Peyton Schroeder on deck for the Cardinals. And Mari fouls that one back into the glove for the out. Now batting, number 19, Peyton Schroeder. Peyton Schroeder to the plate. Now for Camden Fairview. 2 away here in the top of the first. No score. Jack Jeffers on first base. Drew Bostic on deck for the Cardinals. And Johnson comes set, delivers, runner goes, and in for a strike. Jack Jeffers safe at second. And Trey Hoagland mishandles on the transfer there. No throw down, and Cardinals have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the first. 1 strike on Peyton Schroeder. And that one inside, a little low. The 1-1 pitch. And Schroeder swings through that one. A ball and 2 strikes on Peyton Schroeder. There's the pitch. Schroeder hits that one on the ground and through the infield, and Jack Jeffers is going to come around and he'll score. Drew Bostic to the plate now. A 1-0 Cardinal lead here in the first. And Drew Bostic swings first pitch, hits it into center field. And Bostic coming around. He's up on second, and Schroeder comes home to score. And the Cardinals now have a 2-0 lead.
Now batting, number 10,
Brody Dow to the plate now for the Cardinals. 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Brody Dow is going to hit that one into left field. And now runners at the corners for the Cardinals.
Now batting, number 9, Michael Betts.
Michael Betts to the plate for the Cardinals. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Cardinals with a 2-0 advantage here in the top of the first inning. And that was going to be outside in the dirt. A ball, no strikes to Michael Betts. Brody Dow at second base now. That one's up in the zone. 2-0 on Brody Dow. I'm sorry, on Michael Betts. Brody Dow's at second base. Sam Johnson comes set. Here's the delivery. Betts fouls that one off out of play. 2 balls and a strike now on the Cardinal third baseman, Michael Betts. Here's the pitch to Betts, and again swings and fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here. Runners at second and third. Cardinals trying to push another couple runs around here in the top of the first inning. Ground ball through the infield, opposite field would be nice, and that one's going to stay outside. Count full now on Michael Betts. Here's the delivery, and Betts hits that one down the third base line. Almost took Drew's head off over there. Yeah, he got those moves from me. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and Betts taps it out in front of the pitcher, and third out of the inning there on the 1-3 putout. Cardinals score 2 runs on 3 hits. They lead 2. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. Cardinals 2, Hope on the way to the plate. All right, bottom of the first, Jaden Brown going to lead it off for the Bobcats. Cardinals score 2 runs here in the top of the first inning. Jack Jeffers on the mound for the Cardinals. Behind the plate, Jackson Wilson. First base, Peyton Schroeder. Second base, Elijah Scantling. Third base, Michael Betts. Mariuzzi at shortstop. And Chris Randall in left field. Center field is Brody Dow, and in right field, Aiden Zimmerman. And would you believe the pitch com's giving them fits again? All right, they got it worked out. Jaden Brown going to lead it off for Hope here in the bottom of the first. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead here early in the game. Jack Jeffers first pitch, and that's in for a strike. That ball lifted into center field. Brody Dow under it for the catch and out number one.
Now batting, number 3, Austin Courtney.
One away now for Austin Courtney. Jack Jeffers kicks, delivers. First pitch swinging, fouls it off out of play. And Courtney hits that one. Second base. Elijah Scantling has it. And the 4-3
Now
put out
batting,
for out.
number 5,
Number
Donnie
2,
Reeves.
Donnie Reeves now the batter for the Bobcats. 2 down. Here's the pitch from Jeffers. And that one's in for a strike. And swings through that one. Jeffers ahead. 0-2 on Donnie Reeves. And Jeffers. Here's the pitch. I'm going to stay high. Two balls, two strikes on Reeves. 2 away. Here's the pitch. And just off the plate. 3-2. The count on the left fielder for the Hope Bobcats, Donnie Reeves. Here's the payoff. And Jeffers loses him there. And Bobcats have their first base runner of the game. Drake Mathis now the batter for the Bobcats. Throw over to first base. And Reeves back in plenty of time. Mathis in the box. And Jeff's going to turn. We'll give him one last look at first base. He comes set. Here's the pitch. And that one just misses off the outside edge. And that one's going to be tap foul over on the third base side. A ball and a strike on Drake Mathis. And Hope with a base runner at first in the first inning. Jack Jeffers with the pitch. That one's going to be hit third base, fielded by Betts. Throw across the diamond in time. And that's out number 3. No runs on no hits. They leave 1. We're headed to the second inning. Cardinals 2, Bobcats 0. Jackson Wilson leading it off for the Cardinals here in the top of the second inning. First pitch across as a ball. And that pitch going to find the inside edge of the plate, and the count is even at a ball and a strike on Jackson Wilson. And that pitch high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Jackson fights that one off, fouls it over on the right-hand side of the field, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one outside, past the catcher to the backstop, and the count is full on Wilson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Wilson hits that one foul. Three-two pitch. And Wilson frozen on that one. He goes down on strikes.
Now batting, number 16, Chris Randall.
Chris Randall now to the plate for the Cardinals. And that one's opposite field through the outfield, or through the infield into left field, and Randall aboard with a single.
Now batting, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Elijah Scantling back to the top of the order. And that one in for a strike. Jackson Wilson, Chris Randall, Elijah Scantling due up in the inning. And Jack Jeffers to follow, throw over to first. Randall back ahead of the tag. No balls and a strike to Elijah Scantling. Here is the pitch. And Elijah hits that one in the air, right field, and the catch made. And Randall is back to the bag. The ball gets away from first base, and they throw Randall out at second. All right, bottom of the second inning, leading it off for the Hope Bobcats. Number 2, the right fielder, Aiden Dean. 2-0 Cardinal lead here in the game, and swings on the first pitch, hit in the air. Brody Dow comes up 3 steps, makes the catch, and that is out number 1. Sam Johnson now the batter for the Bobcats. Jack Jeffers with the delivery, that one just below the knees. That was a good looking pitch. Might have been a little inside, just a little low. And that one low and away, and Jeffers behind 0-2 here, or 2-0, I'm sorry, on Sam Johnson. Israel Juarez would be, or will be next. Here's the delivery from Jefferson. That's hit into left field. That's going to be a base hit there. Randall has the ball back into Mariuzzi, and all right, Juarez to the plate for the Bobcats. One away here in the bottom of the second. Cardinals lead 2-0. And runner goes, hit and run on, and Aiden Zimmerman going back makes the catch, and 2 away. Two down now for Caden Haywood. Two down. Caden Haywood, the batter. Jack Jeffers comes set, going to throw over to first just to hold Sam Johnson true over there. Back in plenty of time. Jack Jeffers. He's set. Here's the pitch. That's going to stay high. That one got away from him a little bit there. A ball, no strikes. Jeffers looks over his shoulder, comes set. And runner goes, and throw down is offline. Brody Dow backing up there in center field. Two balls, no strikes. Runner moves down to second base. And that one's going to be in for a strike. And, man, that one just stayed a tad high. 3-1 on Caden Haywood. Trey Hoagland waits on deck for the Bobcats. Here's the pitch, and foul back into the padding. And the count goes full on Caden Haywood. And swings through that one for the strikeout. No runs on a hit. They leave one. We're headed to the third inning. Camden Fairview 2, Hope All right, top of the third inning. Jack Jeffers going to lead it off here for the Cardinals. Cardinals holding on to a 2-0 lead here. First pitch, that's going to be up in the zone. And that one's going to stay head high. 2 balls, no strikes on Jack Jeffers. And Jeffers swings at that one, hits it high in the air, short right field. Right fielder comes on, makes the catch, Aiden Dean for the putout, and there's one away here in the top of the third. Mariuzzi now the batter for the Cardinals. Mari, a strikeout victim in the first inning. Trying to get something going here. And that one's out on the outside edge of the plate, apparently, for strike number one. And that one, misses for sure. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Mari fights that one off. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes on Mariuzzi. And Mari hits that one hard up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Hard ground ball up the middle.
Now batting, number 19.
In the third, Peyton Schroeder to the plate. Mariuzzi with a lead at first. He's going to be all right. That one low, and the count is a ball and a strike. And that was outside. Schroeder hits that one high in the air, and third base coming on. Nobody's calling it, and the ball falls, and Schroeder's going to be at second base.
Now batting, number 8. Drew Boston.
Drew Bostic to the plate now for the Cardinals. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning, and Peyton Schroeder stands at second. And Bostic asked for time, granted there by the home plate umpire. That pitch in for a strike. No balls, one strike on Drew Bostic, two away. Peyton Schroeder at second base. Here's the pitch, and Drew's going to hit that one over to third, backhanded by the third baseman. Throw over in time. No runs. Cardinals strand a runner. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. Cardinals still with a 2-0 lead. All right, bottom of the third, Trey Hoagland going to lead it off for the Hope Bobcats. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Jack Jeffus on the mound for the Cardinals. Here is the first pitch, and it's going to be low. And that ball's lifted into right field. Aiden Zimmerman back under it for the catch, and out number one.
Now batting, number 1, Jaden Brown.
All right, back to the top of the order for the Bobcats. Jaden Brown at the plate. A one away. Here's the pitch from Jeffus. Swings at the first pitch. Michael Betts fields it at third, and the throw a little high. Peyton Schroeder grabs it, and the out is made there at first base.
Number 3, Austin Courtney.
Two down in the inning for Austin Courtney. Here is the pitch from Jeffus. That one's in for a strike. No balls, a strike on Austin Courtney, two away. Here is the bunt laid down, fielded by Jeffus. Throw over to first in time, and that is the inning. No runs on, no hits, nobody left. We're headed to the top of the fourth. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead. All right, top of the fourth inning. Leading it off for the Cardinals is Brody Dow. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead. Brody Dow, Michael Betts, Jackson Wilson due up. Brody swinging at the first pitch, fouls it back and out of play. And curveball gets him on that one. Brody swings through it, and he's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2, and that one's inside. One ball, 2 strikes. And that one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brody Dow leading it off here. In the top of the fourth, Cardinals with a 2-0 lead. And Brody swings, fouls that one up and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Brody lifts that one high in the air, left field. And the shortstop goes out to shallow left center and makes the catch for out number 1. Michael Betts, the batter now for the Cardinals. 1 away here in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. And checks his swing, fouls it back. A 1 strike here on Michael Betts. Jackson Wilson in the on-deck circle. Chris Randall would follow. And Betts hits that one, chops it center or shortstop over the head of the first baseman, and Betts going to be safe at first. All right, Jackson Wilson at the plate now for the Cardinals. And first pitch in for a strike. And that one going to be a little low. Bounces away from the catcher. Michael Betts stays put there. A ball and a strike on Wilson. Here's the pitch, and that one's at the knees for strike number 2. And Wilson fouls that one off towards the Cardinal dugout on the third base side. A ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Wilson opposite field, past the first baseman. That's down the line, going to roll to the fence. Michael Betts is rounding third base, and Jackson's going to be up. Here comes the throw home. It's not going to be in time. Michael Betts scores from first base on the double by Jackson Wilson. What a hit down the line. That thing hugged the line all the way to the fence. And Wilson with an RBI double here in the fourth inning. The batter now for the Cardinals. One out here in the top of the fourth. Elijah Scantling on deck for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch, and that's going to stay outside. Here's the pitch from Johnson. That one again going to stay outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Chris Randall. 3-0. The Cardinal lead now here in the top of the fourth. And again, that one's outside. Ball goes to the backstop. The runner for Michael Betts, or I'm sorry, for Jackson Wilson is Zach Moorhead. Moorhead cleared to pitch run here. Here's the pitch, and that one in there for a strike. And that's in the air, going to be down for a base hit in short left field. Chris Randall with an RBI.
Now batting, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
All right, meeting on the mound has come to an end. Chris Randall trots back over to the first base bag. Elijah Scantling now in the box. 1 away. Cardinals with 2 runs across here in the top of the fourth. 1 out, and Austin remains on the mound for the Hope Bobcats. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Bounces away from the catcher, and Chris Randall safe at second base. A ball, no strikes on Elijah Scantling. Here's the pitch, and Elijah checks his swing on the outside pitch. That's ball 2. 2-0. Austin looks back. And Elijah, big cut on that one, swings through it. And I'm sorry, it's Sam Johnston, not Austin, making up players here for the Hope Bobcats. My apologies. 2 balls and a strike on Elijah Scantling. Sam Johnson on the plate. Austin Courtney's behind the plate. Here's the pitch, and checks his swing, fouls it out over the first base dugout. 2-2 count on Elijah Scantling. Here's the pitch, and fouled back. Scantling staying alive here. And Sam Johnson steps off. Run. Chris Randall back to the bag. Nobody covering the bag there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, 1 on board for the Cardinals. They have a 4-0 advantage here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Elijah hits that one up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Throw over to first, and Elijah's going to be safe. Throw comes home past the catcher, and Elijah's going to move down to second. And Cardinals score another run there. Jack Jeffers at the plate. Sam Johnson steps off. Elijah Scantling back over on the bag. Again, nobody covering tight over there at second base. Hopping in and out, but staying away from the bag. Jeffers hits that one hard and off the pitcher. I didn't see exactly where it hit him, but he picked it up underhand over to first base. And Jeffers on the 1-3 put out there. 2 away now for Mari Utsi.
Now batting, number 2, Mari Utsi.
All right, here's the pitch to Utsi. That one's going to stay up and out. A ball, no strikes on Mari Utsi. 2 away, 5-0 Cardinal lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch, and Utsi hits that one a ton, but foul. They've picked that one up over on the swing sets. Just a long strike, but it was a long hit ball there. Straighten that one out a little bit. And Mari goes the other way, out of play. One ball, 2 strikes on Utsi. And again, foul ball fights it off. Peyton Schroeder on deck for the Cardinals. One-two count. Sam Johnson looks in, gets his sign there from the catcher, Austin Courtney. And here's the pitch, and that one's up and away. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count. And Utsi up the middle, another hard hit ball right to the pitcher. I mean, that's twice, I think Mari's hit that one right up the middle to the pitcher's mound into center field. And the pitcher had to get out of the way to protect his kneecaps. Brings Elijah Scantling in to score. All right, Peyton Schroeder at the plate. Drew Bostic on deck. 2 outs here. We're in the top of the 4th. Cardinals with 4 runs across in the frame here. Mariuzzi running and hitting runs on. That is going to be a base hit into left field, and Marietti's rounding third, and Peyton Schroeder up at second. And Marietti comes across for the score.
Now batting, number 8, Drew Bostic.
All right, Drew Bostic to the plate. See if Drew can keep it going for the Cardinals here with 2 outs and an 8-0 lead here in the ball game. And that pitch high. That one inside hits Drew on the arm.
Now batting, number 10, Brody Dow.
And Drew Bostic hit by the pitch. He's going to be at first base, hit in the forearm, and brings Brody Dow back to the plate for the Cardinals. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Here's the pitch to Dow, and checks kind of a half swing, fouled off. Here's the pitch, and that's in the dirt. Kept out in front there by Austin Courtney. Runners hold their bases there. And the count to Dow's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Dow chops it foul over to the dugout. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 on board for the Cardinals. All right, Brody Dow goes down on strikes there to end the inning. Cardinals score 5 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2 on base. It is an 8-0 Cardinal All right, bottom of the fourth inning here from Hope. Cardinals with an 8-0 lead. Donnie Reeves going to lead it off here in the inning for the Bobcats. First pitch from Jack Jeffers misses a little low and away for ball one. And that was going to be in for a strike. Reeves, Mathis, Dean due up for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the fourth and swings through that one. And Jack Jeffers ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. And that one misses. And the count full, even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled off. Count remains 2-2 to Donnie Reeves. And Jeffers. Here comes the pitch. And lifted high in the air. Left center field and on for the catch. Oh, he dropped it. Ball was in his glove and Chris Randall dropped it.
Now batting, number 33,
And big hustle there by Donnie Reeves gets him to second base on the dropped pop fly to left center. And Hope with a runner in scoring position for Drake Mathis and no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And Jeff is going to throw back. Mariuzzi receives the throw. And Reeves back in plenty of time. Ball to first for the out. Reeves moves over to third. First pitch there to Aiden Dean, misses outside, snap throw down to third base, not in time. And Reeves back in plenty of time. Here's the pitch from Jeffers. That's going to be hit. Mariuzzi just over his glove, and that's going to drive a run home for the Bobcats. Aiden Dean with an RBI. RBI single there for Aiden Dean, and the Bobcats trying to get something going here in the bottom of the fourth. One away now, and Sam Johnson, the batter for Hope. And first pitch, that's going to be through the infield and over to left field. Chris Randall picks it up, and Hope with another base runner. Israel Juarez, the batter now for Hope. They have 2 aboard, 1 out. They've got one across in their half of the frame here, and Jack Jeffers with the pitch. That's going to stay a little low. Eight to 1 is the Cardinal lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that's going to be in for a strike. Nice curveball there from Jeffers. 1-1 count on Israel Juarez. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to stay a little low. Two balls and one strike on Israel Juarez. Two aboard for the Bobcats here, and one away. Elijah Scantling creeps up behind second, retreats back. That one's popped up right field. Aiden Zimmerman going back and can't find it. That hits the ground, and they got him in a pickle between and they got him out at second. Got him out at second. A run did score. They got tangled up, had too many runners on second base. And they really had two runners on second at one time, and I'm not too sure that's not going to be an out to begin with. We'll see what they call it here. The discussion is whether we had two players on second at one time. There's definitely one out. They tagged the runner. But if there was two on the base at one time, all right, both runners are out. That is what I thought. If they were both standing on the base at the same time, then that's going to put Sam Johnson out and Israel Juarez. So two outs now. That pitch misses. Okay, so they still have Juarez on first base. Sam Johnson out at second. Juarez is going to be safe. We'll get it right here in a minute. This one is out. All right, two outs. A ball, no strikes, the count. That one's going to fall. Stay just a little high on Caden Hayward. He's got two balls and no strikes on him. And that one's going to be a base hit. Hayward with a base hit into left field. Trey Hoagland, the batter now for a pitch outside. Runners at first and second for the Bobcats. They've got two across, and that's going to be another base hit into left field, and that's going to load the bases.
Now batting, number 6, Braden Bronner.
All right, Braden Bronner's going to hit in Jaden Brown's spot here, and he hits that one. Peyton Schroeder grabs it there at first, steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. 2 runs across there in the inning, and we're headed to the top of the fifth. All right, top of the fifth inning. It is a 7-2. I had an extra run, and the scoreboard did as well. So it is a 7-2 Cardinal lead. And Michael Betts to lead it off here in the top of the fifth inning. First pitch is a ball. And we've got a new pitcher for the Bobcats. And that's number 3. We'll try to get a. It is all okay. Okay, Austin Courtney is the pitcher now for Hope. And up the middle, that's going to be a base hit there by Michael Betts to lead it off here in the fifth for the Cardinals. base hit there, starting it off for the Cardinals. Here in the top of the fifth, Michael Betts aboard and Jackson Wilson, the batter now for the Cardinals. And Wilson swings through that one for strike number one. Seven two, the lead for the Cardinals here in the top of the fifth. That one is in for a strike as well. Betts, Wilson, Randall due up. And Chris swings, or I'm sorry, Jackson Wilson swings through that one, and that is strike number three. Chris Randall, the batter now. Elijah Scantling on deck for the Cardinals. And fouled back into the screen. And that one's going to hit the screen, and runner goes down to second, Michael Betts. Now it's second base on the pass ball. Catcher Sam Johnson now. They swap places. Johnson moved from the mound to ball to strike, and Randall fouls that one off. Ball, 2 strikes on Chris Randall. So one away here in the top of the fifth inning. From Hope, Arkansas, the watermelon capital of the world, and the birthplace of everybody's favorite president. 7-2. Here's the pitch, and fouled up and out of play. And that pitch is going to be low. 2-2 count on Chris Randall. Elijah Scantling patiently waits on deck for the Cardinals. The runner at third base, Michael Betts, that one's in the dirt and blocked there by Sam Johnson. Full count now to Chris Randall. One away here in the top of the fifth inning. And Cardinals threatening with a runner at third. And Randall swings through for the strikeout and out number 2. All right, Elijah Scantling back to the top of the order.
Number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Two away for Scantling. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in for a strike on the outside edge of the plate. And he goes through with his swing on that one. Elijah's in the hole. 0-2. Anything close, Elijah's got to protect the plate. Courtney shakes off the first sign. He's in with the pitch on that one. And that's going to be high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Cardinals' second baseman, Elijah Scantling. Here's the 1-2 from Courtney. Elijah's going to hit that one on the ground through the glove and into center field. Went under the glove of the shortstop and into center field, and that's going to score Michael Betts from third base. Jack Jeffers now to the plate, 2 outs here in the 5th, and it is 8-2 now for the Cardinals, and that's right up the middle past the pitcher's glove into center field, and Jeffers on board with a single. And the Cardinals try to get something going here with 2 outs. Mariuzzi back to the plate. Mariuzzi with a single in the 4th inning and came around to score. Trying to keep it going here for the Cardinals. Two aboard, 2 away. And that one's going to stay a little high. 8-2, the Cardinal lead here in the top of the 5th inning. From Fair Park here in Hope, Arkansas, here's the pitch. That one's going to stay up as well. 2 balls, no strikes on Mariuzzi. And he's going to hit that one opposite field, and that's going to be down the line to the fence. Here comes Elijah Scantling in to score. Rounding third is Jack Jeffers. Mariuzzi is standing up at third with 2 RBI and a triple on that hit. Oppo hit there that scored 2 runs. And that brings Peyton Schroeder to the plate for the Cardinals. First pitch to Schroeder, misses for ball 1. Ten to 2, Cardinal lead here in the 5th. And that one stays high and to the backstop, bounce back to Sam Johnson pretty quick there, and Mariuzzi stays put at third base. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Schroeder. Drew Bostic on deck for the Cardinals. And that one's going to be on the outside edge of the plate for strike number 1. And Schroeder hits that one in the air over the head of the center fielder. And under the fence or outside the fence, and that's going to be a ground rule double RBI there for Schroeder. All right, Cardinals with another run across. Mariuzzi comes across to score on that hit by Schroeder. And the Cardinals have an 11-2 lead, and Drew Bostic to the plate. And that one stays outside. 11-2 Cardinal lead. Here's the pitch to Drew. He hits that one foul. A ball and a strike. Oh, Drew Bostic, 2 outs. Peyton Schroeder down there at second. Drew hits that one into left field and into the glove of the left fielder. Big hit just right at him, and that's going to be 3 outs here. Cardinals with 1, 2, 3 hits. They score 4 runs on 3 hits. And we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 11-2. Cardinals lead. All right, Austin Courtney going to lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Hope Bobcats. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. Austin Courtney, Donnie Reeves, Drake Mathis due up. Aiden Dean would be the 4th batter of the inning. First pitch there from Jack Jeffers. Misses for ball 1. And that one just stays a little low, slow rolling curve. That pitch Jack is famous for there for getting those pop-ups. And that one just stayed a little low. 2 balls, no strikes on Austin Courtney. Here is the delivery. That one, again, going to stay low, and Jeff is behind 3-0 to Courtney. Jack Jeffers with the pitch. That one's going to stay high, and Courtney's going to go to first on 4 straight pitches there.
Now batting, number 5, Donnie Reeves.
Donnie Reeves, the batter now for the Bobcats. They've got a runner. Reeves hit a long ball into left field and reached on an error there in the 4th inning. Fouls that first pitch from Jeffers off, and the count is no balls and a strike. One now. Good block there by Jackson Wilson, keeping the ball out front, keeps Austin Courtney at first base. And big cut on that curveball. Jeffers ahead in the count of ball, 2 strikes. And that's strike 3, gets him looking. Big time strikeout there by Jeffers, and there's one away in the inning. Drake Mathis, the batter now for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. Bobcats do have a runner on first base in Austin Courtney. Here's the pitch, and first pitch fouls it off over the first base side of the field. No balls and a strike on the Bobcat first baseman, Drake Mathis. Austin Courtney takes a lead over there on first. Jeffers peers over, takes a look at him. Not very aggressively holding him on. That ball's going to be hit past Michael Betts there at third and into left field. And that's going to put runners at first and second for the Bobcats. All right, 2 aboard now, 1 away for Aiden Dean. Aiden Dean with an RBI last inning. Cardinals trying to shut the Bobcats down here. First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. No balls and a strike. 1 away, 2 aboard. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Jeffers kicks, delivers, and chopped up the middle. That's going to be fielded by Scantling. Looks at second, gets the out at first base. And that's 2 down. Moves the runners over. Scantling does get the runner at first. Sam Johnson, the batter now for the Bobcats, 2 away here this outside. And that one just missed. Umpire took a long look at it. Two balls and no strikes, 2 away. Sam Johnson, the batter, 2 runners aboard for the Bobcats, and that's going to be hit high in the air, right field, under it, and the catch. Chris Randall makes it for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 or 2 runners left aboard, and we're headed to the top of the 6th inning. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. All right, leading off the top of the 6th for the Cardinals, the center fielder, Brody Dow. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. And first pitch is up and outside to Dow for ball number 1. And that pitch misses off the plate, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. And that one finds outside corner of the plate for strike number 1. 2 balls and a strike on Brody Dow, trying to add to the Cardinal 11-2 lead here. And Dow's going to hit that one off the end of the bat over to the first base man, and he grabs it, tags the base, and out number 1. That brings Michael Betts to the plate for the Cardinals with 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Brody Dow, Michael Betts, Jackson Wilson due up in the inning. First pitch to Betts in for a strike. Here's the pitch from Courtney. That one's going to be in the dirt. A ball and a strike. One away here in the 6th. Here's the pitch. And Betts lifts that one into right center, and the right fielder under it for the catch. And out number 2, 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th for the Cardinals.
Number 21, Jackson Wilson.
All right, Jackson Wilson, the batter now for the Cardinals. They got that inning started back last inning with 2 outs. Let's see what we can do here. Jackson Wilson hits it first pitch, trouble at second with it, but he picks it up and throws Wilson out for the 4-3 put up, 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals here in the 6th. And we're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals with an 11 All right, bottom of the sixth inning, Israel Juarez to lead it off for the Bobcats here in the inning. Israel Juarez, Caden Haywood, and Trey Hoagland due up. First pitch swings through it for strike number one. And that pitch outside. Count as a ball and a strike on Juarez. Here's the pitch from Jeffers, and that's going to be lifted into right field for a base hit. All right, Israel Juarez leads it off for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the sixth inning with a single to right field, and that brings Caden Haywood up to the plate for the Bobcats. Jack Jeffers still on the mound for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. First pitch swung, fouled back and out of play. And that pitch is going to be in for a strike. No balls, two strikes on Caden Hayward. And lifts that one up. And Elijah Scantling under it. And he makes the catch for out number one. Trey Hoagland, the batter now for the Bobcats. One out and a runner at first. 11-2 Cardinal lead here. Bottom of the sixth inning. Jack Jeffers coming set. Here's the pitch, and outside throw is going to be snapped back to first base. A ball, no strikes, the count on Trey Hoagland. One away here in the inning. Jack Jeffers peers over his shoulder. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Hoagland. Braden Bronner on deck for the Bobcats. Here's the pitch. And popped up. And it's in foul territory. And Jack Jeffers, I believe, made the catch, called the catcher off of it. And Jack made the catch, and there's 2 away. All right, Braden Bronner, the batter now for Hope. 1 on board for the Bobcats. Bronner stands in, and Jeffers' first pitch is low and away. Here's the pitch, and in for a strike count is a ball and a strike on Braden Bronner. 2 away here in the top of the sixth inning. 11-2 is the Cardinal lead. And Jeffers brings the pitch home. That's going to be hit over the head, and Chris Randall Man, I thought he made the catch, but I guess it hit the ground before it bounced into his glove. Little hit there. Good job by Braden Bronner. That was a short left center field hit there, and Bronner's aboard. Moves Israel Juarez over to second. And Hope with the runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And Austin Courtney at the plate. And that one comes across low. Cardinals need this out right here. Here's the delivery from Jefferson's going to stay outside. Swings big through that one. Throw back to first, not in time. Two balls, one strike on Austin Courtney. Here's the pitch, and woo. 3-1 the count on Austin Courtney. 2 away here. Cardinals searching for one more out here in the inning. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to stay up, and that's going to load the bases. Austin Courtney draws the walk, and we're going to have a visit to the mound. Todd Schroeder going to go out to the mound, bring the infield in. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, and Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. All right, Donnie Reeves is the batter. Fouls that first pitch back. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. And no balls and a strike on Donnie Reeves. And fouls that one back, and no balls, 2 strikes now on Donnie Reeves. And Jack Jeffers strikes him out. They called it a foul ball. That one misses off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hope with the bases loaded here. They're trying to put some runs across. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to stay high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drake Mathis on deck for the Bobcats. Jack Jeffers kicks, delivers, and that one's going to be lifted high in the air. Left field, Aiden Zimmerman under it for the catch and the out. Cardinals get out of the inning without the Bobcats scoring any runs. Bobcats leave 3 on base. They had 2 hits. We're headed to the top of the 7th, and it's an 11-2 Cardinal. All right, top of the 7th inning, 11-2, the Cardinal lead, and Chris Randall going to lead it off here in the inning for the Cardinals. Chris Randall, Elijah Scantling, Jack Jeffers due up. Mariuzzi would follow in the inning. Here's the pitch from Austin Courtney, swinging, fouls it out of play. Third baseman under it, just on the foul side of third base, catches it for out number 1. 1 away here in the top of the 7th.
Elijah Scantling.
Elijah Scantling to the plate now for the Cardinals. And that one's low and away. And basically same pitch. Elijah fouls that one off. Off the very tip of the bat, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away here. Top of the 7th inning from Hope. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. Austin Courtney looks in, and that one's going to stay high. 2 balls and a strike on Elijah Scantling. Jack Jeffers on deck for the Cardinals. Here's the delivery. And, boy, that freezes Elijah. He wanted to swing and couldn't make his mind up. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, Elijah swings at that one, and that is strike 3 and out number 2.
Number 4, Jack Jeffers.
Jack Jeffers now the batter for the Cardinals. And that pitch on the outside edge for strike 1. Two down, top of the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to stay high. Mariuzzi on deck for the Cardinals if Jeffers can get aboard here in the top of the 7th. And long fly ball center field, and he's under for the catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hope has got some work to do if they want to extend the ball game. It is 11-2 Camden Fairview. All right, bottom of the 7th inning here from Fair Park in Hope, Arkansas. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. Peyton Schroeder takes over the pitching duties for the Cardinals here, trying to come in and close it out. Jack Jeffers went 6 innings, and he's got an 11-2 lead here. Drake Mathis going to lead it off for Hope here in the bottom of the 7th. Aiden Dean, Sam Johnson due up. Israel Juarez would be 4th. Here is Peyton Schroeder. And first pitch swinging, backhanded there by Michael Betts. And safe at first. Aiden Dean, the batter now for the Bobcats. And that one's going to hit him. All right. Hope with 2 aboard. On an error and hit by a pitch, Sam Johnson, the batter now, and no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals with an 11-2 lead. We don't want to give it away, though. Here's Sam Johnson, and that pitch in for a strike. And swings through that one. 2 strikes now on Sam Johnson. And that one's going to be hit, fielded by Jeffus over to second. And 2 outs. There was interference there with the throw. And there is 2 down now in the inning. Two down, Israel Juarez. The batter hoped down to their final out here in the game. They have a runner at third. And Juarez swings through that one for strike number 1. Peyton Schroeder has the sign he's looking for. Here's the pitch, and outside and high. And the ball, 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Israel Juarez. Runner at third base for the Bobcats. 2 away, 11-2, Cardinal lead. Here's the pitch from Schroeder. Going to stay outside. 2 balls and a strike. And that one's going to stay up as well. 3-1 the count on Juarez. Caden Hayward would be next, followed by Trey Hoagland in the inning. And it would be back to the top of the order for the Bobcats. Here's the pitch, and he went. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hope down to its final strike here. Time called. Schroeder kicks, delivers. That one's outside, and that draws the walk from all right, Caden Hayward, the batter. Runners at the corners. New life for the Bobcats. They've got another out. Here is that pitch way high. Caden Hayward. A 1 ball, no strikes. Drake Mathis at third base. And Israel Juarez at first base. Peyton Schroeder with the pitch and fouls that one off. Runner was going. He's going to have to go back to first base. A ball and a strike, the count on Caden Hayward. And chopped third base. Michael Betts has it. Throw over to first. Aiden Zimmerman stretches out, makes the catch, and that is the final out of the ball game. Cardinals get the out at first. They win the ball game 11-2, and 2 conference wins this week for the Cardinals. They'll be back in action Monday night at Texarkana. And hopefully we'll have the game for you then. Cardinals 11-2. We're going to have a JV game, and we'll leave the stream playing. Will be no audio for the game. Thank you all for watching.